Well, if I was to think back to my childhood of a young whippersnapper and many others probably, they would think of the N64 as one of the greatest moments of their lives, possibly getting it for Christmas or otherwise. The N64 was a beautiful beast to behold, and it was our first glimpse into 3D graphics in their all incredibleness. Staring at the game section in Blockbuster was a rite of passage and a beautiful sight to behold as well. The N64 makes for a classic collector's item, but in modern world where nothing is real, emulation and ROMs make it easy to get the N64 and its myriad of games up and running in no time at all. So let's check it out, motherfuckers! Alright, well, if anybody was to tell someone of the past that an Italian plumber traveling to mythical lands collecting stars and giant mushrooms would be the most popular franchise in human history, they'd probably say you were fucking crazy. But that really came to be, with Mario having amazing adventures across so many games to even count. There's one particular Mario game that's so near dear to my heart because it brings back those childhood memories as a millennial that just get your nostalgia berries floating. And that game, of course, is Mario 64, an absolute gem of a game I remember from yesteryear. I can't even believe how long it was ago that I opened up that N64 on Christmas and saw that package of Mario, and it was the first thing you put in the cartridge, and oh my god, it was just fucking amazing. And despite the fact that Mario 64 came out nearly 30 years, 30 years ago, it's still a game that has the magical ability to captivate us and take us away from games produced today that are insanely more complex and complicated. And not just from a graphic standpoint, but from a gameplay standpoint as well. Mario 64 is an incredibly simple game. Its maps and worlds just very basic, and I think that's its most beautiful feature. Now, there is a myriad of ways to play Mario 64 in the modern era, from just busting out the old dusty and crusty N64 and letting her rip, or actually finding some other methods to play it as well. Now, of course, the absolute bewilderment of ROMs and upscaling allowed me to experience Mario 64 at 60 FPS and 4K. Now, is that admittedly there's some graphic issues with ROMs and performance iffiness as well, but if you can get it going, it's truly a sight to behold, and I cannot fucking believe that this is not like available on more ways. But of course, Nintendo is Nintendo and they do what they must. But I mean, oh wow, to see this thing running in this fashion, it was unbelievable. Mario games and Nintendo games in general have a magical ability to allow us just to escape from the bullshit harshness of our world and just kind of seep into this peaceful, everything is happy mind state. And you know, Mario 64 is just absolutely breathtaking game. It does that. It invokes an emotion of peace and tranquility, and the people who created this masterpiece have ignited a sense of wonderment and curiosity for millions of people across the globe. Now, as awesome as playing an emulated, remastered, incredible version on an Xbox controller on PC is, there are several other ways to play Mario 64, as well as other amazing Mario iterations. For example, I've had an absolute blast playing Mario 64 on my Switch, just on the handheld. It's wonderful, it plays amazingly, it looks just like you remembered. And you know what, Switch, yeah, maybe Switch products are a little bit primo, but you get what you pay for with Mario. And if you know how to navigate the Nintendo Switch landscape, you can find true gems out there. And Mario All Stars, oh man, what an absolute gem of a collection. Three incredible games. Now, for many years, I have maintained my opinion that Super Mario 3D World is my favorite. Not so much the Bowser's Fury, but just the stock Super Mario 3D World that was for the Nintendo Wii U as well as the Switch. It's just a fantastically beautiful experience, and it harkens back to some of the elements that made Mario 64 so great. The very simplified level style, the very basic concept of the game. It's a fucking wonderful and beautiful looking game. I'm having a blast playing through Mario Wonder right now, which is just an awesome 2D leveled Mario. I fucking love it. I think it looks beautiful, and I like where they're taking the series. Mario Galaxy, Mario Odyssey, all the different Marios, and I'm sure every single person out there has different opinions on which ones are the best and what they like about each series. But the truth of the matter is, every single Mario is fucking awesome, and it brings out that childhood curiosity that this world seems so fucking intent on beating down and breaking as you hit adulthood. So yes, there's an infinitum of amazing Mario experiences to be had, but in some ways there's almost just one that I always keep coming back to in my heart, one that brings me back to the greatest Christmases of my fucking childhood, and one of the times when 3D graphics and 3D worlds were starting to become realized. Yes, there was games before Super Mario 64. Yes, from Super Mario 64, games on PCs started getting more complicated, newer systems started coming out, and worlds started expanding. But for me, truly 3D entertainment video game worlds became a reality the moment I turned on the fucking TV, flipped on my N64, saw it come on the screen, and boom, I had a digital world I could just jump into, run around in, play around in, and have fun in. So yeah, for me, Mario 64 is one of the best games ever made, and it's such a great game to come back to, especially around Christmas, just to get a little sense of that N64 beautiful nostalgia berries flowing. So thanks for watching, and let me know your favorite Mario games as well. Say it with me, everyone. It's me, a Mario.